Hello, good morning. It's 8 o'clock in the morning on February 9th, 2026. And if you didn't know that, I'm sure you could tell by when the video was posted. Yeah. I like to speak about AI, what I can, what I think I know. I think AI, for the most part, has been a big bust. It's been a big so what, who cares? It's definitely not so far materializing into the Terminator. I don't think we're going to see that for a while. It was made for a great movie, but, I think we're all safe for a while. And your job might not be safe, but you won't have Schwarzenegger coming to your door anytime soon. So, but it doesn't mean it's not a possibility for the future. Doesn't mean it can't happen. But again, a movie. It's like I don't think you're gonna have Michael Myers come to your house on Halloween. Made for a great movie, but made for about great 20 or 30 movies actually. I don't know what the Halloween 30 they're up to or something. Who knows? And I think the biggest problem you're gonna have with AI is that all these companies, Microsoft, Apple, private companies, Google, YouTube, all them, they invested billions into AI, and but it's kind of like going to Mars kind of thing. We're not going to Mars. We're not going to get there anytime soon. So they wasted probably trillions of dollars on AI. I don't know how you could spend trillions of dollars on AI. I really don't know where that money goes, who they're paying that money to. Research and development is very expensive, but I just don't. A computer programmer, they spent trillions of dollars on AI. Watson with IBM. It's just. I think all we learned is how smart we are, without it. But, I don't really see where AI is going to so much affect our lives, and in certain areas, I'm sure the car manufacturers use them and use it in their computers and their robots and stuff. But it's minor. It's just, but you're going to pay more for your car because it's there, because they used it, because they had to pay all that development money to change those robots over to AI robots and stuff. And, it's all crap. It's cheaper paying a guy to stand there and put a rivet in and pay for a computer to do it, But the computer doesn't stop. It works 24 hours, and the guy who's standing there doesn't do that. So, there's no benefits to a computer, and no health insurance to a computer. Whatever. They rationalize it any way they can. But, your phone next year or your phone in 2 years is going to cost a lot more money. Because they're going to need to get that trillions back. They invested the trillions and they got to get it back. And they don't know how to monetize it, Right now, AI on your phone is really just an overblown spell checker. It's a spell checker, Maybe they have it in your photo editing app, and I mean, 90% of you don't even, if you have a phone or editing app on your phone, you don't even know how to use it. You never turn it on, and you never edited a photo, you know, except for like Snapchat, where they have that feature. It's more of a feature in the app that you can put the dog, you know, make funny faces out of a picture or out of your picture and change the way your nose looks and all that stuff. That's basically AI. But I mean, you spend trillions of dollars so I can have a bigger nose on the screen. Something tells me it's not worth it. But they did it. They bought the hype. And they're going to sell you the hype. They want to sell you on the hype. Make sure you buy the hype so they get their money back, you know. And yeah, I can see it in the medical field. You know, they use an AI to help breast cancer and look through mammograms and see if they can find anomalies and stuff that might turn out to be breast cancer. So, and that's great. That's great. At what cost? You know, I mean, you can't say if they save a life, it's worth it, right? Kind of thing. But you still got to go and get the mammogram, which a lot of girls don't. So I don't think we're a long way off if we have a computerized surgeon doing surgery. They sort of have it now with like CyberKnife and stuff like that, but there's a person standing there doing it. AI helps, but doesn't do it. But one day, maybe AI will do it by itself. You know. I don't know. You know, we're not all fired yet. You know. I'm sure the IRS is using AI to go through returns and find anomalies and who they should audit and stuff like that. But, you know, they were doing that before. They just didn't call it AI. That's the biggest difference. You know, they were doing it before. Now they call it AI. You're going to pay that much more to have your return looked over. You know, so your taxes are going to go up, so they can call it AI. And the government invested a lot in AI too, and you know, everyone wants an AI drone to go bomb someplace, and so you can just tell the drone where you want it to drop the bomb, and it'll go do that. And I'm sure Amazon is looking at AI drones to like deliver packages, you know, and Domino's Pizza is looking for AI drones to go deliver pizza, you know, stuff like that. It's all crap. And you can pay a lot of money for that pizza because they use that AI drone, you know, more than the guy that used to come up on his bicycle or his car and deliver you pizza. You know. I don't see the advancement of technology as being an advance, you know, especially when you got to pay what you got to pay to have that advance. You know, it's kind of like getting a new phone, next year's phone. It's really not much different than last year's phone. You know. So I got this. I'm on an iPhone 16 Max, and I traded in my 14 Max for it, and there wasn't much difference. You know, 14 wasn't so AI ability. I have AI in here, and I couldn't tell you where it is, or I can't tell you how to use it, or you know, what to use it for. You know, so. But I'm sure it's in the background. You know. It's helping with my connection to the satellite and stuff and all that, but you know, it probably isn't necessary at all. You know, if anything, it's more than hype than anything else. It's like you know, look, you put lipstick on a pig, it's still a pig. I don't care how much lipstick you put on a pig, it's still a pig. And that's what AI is. AI is lipstick on a pig. You know. I don't know. Yeah, but I created my new binary code, which is on my the Matrix Lost at the Matrix Lost, which is on X.com. You know, if you go there, you can find it. It's on here too. It's in the post. It's one of the last posts. A little picture. You'll see a picture, and that's it. I hand drew it. I drew it on paper. It's a new binary code. It's a replacement for binary code and all that, but. If anything, that'll conquer any AI that they've so far created, because they created AI with binary code, 0 and 1s, and my new code does away with that. So it totally wipes it out and makes it obsolete. So, so basically I beat AI, because anything you create in this new code, with this new code, AI is not going to know what to do with it. So, but you can probably create AI with the new code too, and then that'll be outrageous. That new code is very, very powerful. It's going to have portal travel and holograms and medical devices, new cars, satellites. You have to replace all the satellites and stuff. All kinds of autonomous cars, autonomous planes that'll land and take off on their own, stuff like that. So that's what my code can do. But and I don't plan to do it. I don't plan to develop all those things. And I put the code out there. That's up to you. That's up to you to do. That's worth investing trillions in and doing it, because that will come back with return. But the AI thing, not gonna happen. Crypto. I mean, you need crypto, but I don't know. I don't see it. And they had all the AI commercials on Super Bowl last night, from what I heard. I didn't watch it, so I don't know. I mean, the day of funny Super Bowl commercials is kind of over. That's, for me, it is. I don't really care, It's all more marketing and, trying to manipulate you the way you think, like, oh, the commercial was cool because it was on the Super Bowl and whatever. You don't even remember the product they were selling. You just remember that was a commercial. So, but it's all bullshit. It's all crap. That's all it'll ever be. Who won the game? Seattle won the game, from what I heard. I didn't watch it, but who cares? I don't care. Doesn't change my day. I slept well. I woke up well. Some people, they got drunk. They got high. They had a big night. Probably made a fool of themselves. Lost a lot of money. Some made won a few bucks. It's all crap. All crap. Unnecessary. Now the Olympics. I didn't even turn on the Olympics. I haven't even looked at the Olympics. Turned it on. I have a YouTube TV on my phone, and I can watch the Olympics, but I haven't turned it on. Don't care. So, but I guess the problem is there's no stars. There's no real stars in the Olympics now. Nobody I want to go watch. Like I don't think Michael Phelps is in the summer, but it's Lindsey Vonn. I don't know. I guess she's in, she's out, she's all over the place. I'm not gonna watch it for her. So I don't know. But again, I'm getting off the topic. AI is a big scam. It's gonna cost you a lot of money. It's gonna cost you a lot of money. I think AI stands for alien intelligence, and if that's the case, aliens are pretty dumb. I think they're pretty dumb. I know they're dumb because I figured them out anyway. So. They have certain powers, I mean, they're not dumb. Just because you have a superpower doesn't mean you're not dumb. They figured things out. They've been around a long time. I hope they did figure things out. If they didn't, they'd really be dumb. And since they are really dumb, then I don't see it. I'm not impressed. So, but the rest of the world probably isn't even on board with AI and all that stuff. It's more of an American phenomenon. And You know, China's China doesn't care to build many robots. Or they have a billion people, over a billion people that have no money and they're poor as shit. You know, they don't need to build robots. They have over a billion robots already. And they don't need to build robots, so they don't care. You know, but and you gotta think, why would they build robots to sell to us so we could set up factories to do things that they already do and steal their business away from them? So the economics, the logistics of it all don't make any sense. You know, why would they do that? It's like buying a gun so you could be shot by it. You know, it's like, you know, I built a gun. Now you can kill me with it. You know, just it don't make any sense. So I don't see that happening. And if there is, it's not a big rush. It's not a big, let's get it done tomorrow kind of thing. You know, but I see them going on for autonomous cars. They already have an autonomous self-driving car in China that so far it blows away Tesla or anything Tesla did or any of the other cars that are self-autonomous in the United States, and they're banning it from importing it. And you can't import it from here in the United States because it'll kill our markets, it'll kill our autonomous car market. And China's cars are cheaper. You know, they can dump them on our market and kill the other markets, kill Tesla. And they're protecting, you know, that's protectionism. You know, Trump put a tariff on them, you know, kind of thing. So, there's no tariff because they can't import them. It's illegal to import them. So, but they will. They eventually, you know, they tried to stop Japanese cars from coming here back in the day. You know, we'll limit them. And everybody and their mother drives a Toyota now. So, you know, it's like, yeah, whatever. You can't stand in front of progress. It's like standing in front of the waves and trying to stop the waves. Can't stop the waves. And that's why I know my new binary code, my replacement for binary code, will take over the world. I know it's going to take over the world. But it's just a matter of time. I'm in no rush. I sent it to the embassy, the Chinese embassy in Manhattan. You know, I sent it to their Twitter account. I sent what you see here on YouTube. I sent that to China. You know, I don't care. They can't steal it from me. You know, they could try, and they probably will, but I don't think, for the most part, I don't think they know what they have. I don't know if they're smart enough to figure out what they're looking at, you know, but that's probably more the case than anything else. And, you know, it's like, so what? They can't steal it from me. They don't know the technology. They don't know how I came up with it. And if I could do that, what else can I do? And, you know, and they just can't do it. It doesn't matter. They can try, and maybe they will, but they won't be successful. That much I know. So that's why I sent it to them. You know, it's like the blueprint for a new computer, and they don't know how to read the blueprint. That's the problem. They don't know how to read it. They don't know what it means. It's a different language. It's the Rubik's Cube they can't figure out, kind of thing. So, yeah, maybe they have somebody there that's, maybe, I don't know if they're even smart enough to copy it and give it to somebody who's smart enough to figure it out. They probably think it's crap. They don't, oh, this is crap, waste of time, kind of thing. They might go that route. That's fine. I don't care. It's fine with me. But I sent it to Jeff Bezos. He probably didn't even open my email. But who knows? My email is My Matrix Now. Yeah, it's funny. That's my email, My Matrix Now. So, but yeah, that's what it is. With my new code, I created a new matrix, and it's my matrix. It's true. I'm not lying. That's my matrix. So they can do a lot of things, but they can't steal it. They It's my matrix. That's the reason why the word "my" is in the title, because it's my matrix. It's not the matrix. It's my matrix. You know. But whatever. Enjoy.